Okay, so I said I was gonna do a video no matter what. Maybe I should do it this single. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Hi. I said I was gonna do a video. I've been wanting to do a video forever. It's been over a month. I gotta leave in about like 20 minutes. So we're gonna make this a quick one by showing you a successful spell that I made. Okay, so long story short, pandemic sucks. I'm a server. I haven't made any money. Well, I was a server, and then I lost my job. I ain't had a job since like February. Now I've done jobs, like I've had jobs, but the situation has made it to where I'm mostly home, and I gotta worry about paying this bill. The house is a nice house. Obviously, the rent's pretty. For someone who ain't got a job, I've been making it work. All right. So I don't have a job, yet I've been able to pay my rent. And mind you, unemployment ended a long time ago at this point, and it helped out a lot. I used all that money the best, most responsible way possible by paying the bills and paying the rent, yada yada. And even when that ran out, I still made money. And like I said, I haven't had a fucking job. So this spell from experience has worked. Have I been putting in the effort to make money? Fuck yeah. It's not just coming from the goddamn sky. But for someone who doesn't even have a job really, and I've been paying my bills, it works. So we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about what I did, what's in the spell, the ingredients that I use, and how I did it, and hopefully it can work for you. Now, the most important thing about spell work is intention. It's the passion. It's the drive. It's that energy within you to be able, kind of what I've used in my other videos, where I said in my other videos, where it's like Goku. You grab that energy within and you project it out into the world. You just throw it out, and not just, but you train, you practice, you get stronger, you get better, you get your fucking good aim at it, aka focus, and you project that into the world and you manifest it. So this is my spell. It's helped me pay the bills. I'm thinking about doing another spell similar to this. I don't know. I feel like it's worked. It's done an impeccable job. It surprises me. Like, there's moments where I'm like, oh yeah, it's all right, or it did its thing, whatever. And then boom, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, shit, thank you. So it works, in my opinion. It works for me. But at the same time, I am also putting in the time, effort, work, and all that to make money. It's just things that you cannot control. You're putting in the effort, but now you want it to come back. That's where the spell's going to work. So you put in the effort, you put in the work, you do it like as if you hadn't done a spell, and you do the work, and then the spell comes back to you. Like it does. You got to take the initiative. For example, you can't do a spell job and not put an application and then think, oh, well, I haven't had a job, the spell doesn't work. Bitch, you need to put in the effort. The point of the spell is for it to get you the right job, the right money. Kind of push that. Instead of just getting a job, you get the right job, the right situation for that moment. So it's all about effort, the effort that you put in and your spell work. So there's that. Here's my spell. First of all, I guess I should have grabbed my materials out. Am I gonna... I'm looking at this like, I don't know. My shelves and stuff. I'm thinking, should I use my ingredients or not? Like, to show you kind of what I did. Okay, I'll just grab a few things. I'll grab chamomile. I probably threw some honey. Maybe some rosemary. I think I'm actually just going to give up on that. I wasn't prepared on the ingredients. So sorry. It's okay though. We're going to follow along. Because I have my notes. More money / job spell. Cinnamon for... this is... Okay, so these are the ingredients that I use. And this is what as I'm using the ingredient, this is what I'm using it for. And when I'm doing a spell, it helps me personally for me to list it off one by one. So cinnamon is for money. I can use cinnamon for power, for strength, for that extra boom. This time I use cinnamon to symbolize actual money. Chamomile, my favorite, one of my favorites. Smells like tea, in my opinion. Anyways, chamomile for luck. I love chamomile. Yellow symbolize good fortune, happiness, and luck for me. So there's that. And then I did use ginger. But, so what I did was I used my spell. I did my spell. And then I let it sit there. Then the curiosity got the better of me. And I had to use ginger. And I was looking at the ginger. It didn't look right to me. I took it out. It was looking So I took it out. I wasn't sure if I needed to use just like the actual, like I just threw a whole thing of ginger in there. Like a whole fat root. And I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do that. Because it was starting to look kind of musty and gross. So I was like, yeah, I don't like that. So I took it out. And in its place, I put in job tears. Job tears are supposed, it's like a seed. Yeah. I use it for magic, girl. I don't know what else we can use it for. What else is known as? It's called job tears. It's a little like little beads, little seeds, and I used about 7 of them. It helps. It's for good luck, for money, and for employment. You can get that at your local botanica, witch shop, whatever. Green aventurine. I think I used like 3 of them, at least 2. Green aventurine is one of my favorite stones. It's really pretty. It's green. It's for good luck. I love it. I take it with me to work when I would take it with me to work as a server to hopefully get more tips. So I like it. I work with it before. I already have an attachment to it or work with it, so it works to put it in the jar. Now, if you have another stone or anything else that symbolizes good luck and that's your thing, use that instead. Mine is green aventurine, but there's other stones out there that work just as well, if not better, because you're connected to it. Nutmeg for luck. Although I have luck twice. So I assume it was more of like a sweet luck. I love nutmeg, like on my coffee, you know. Nutmeg is like, it reminds me of being sweet and comforting and soft, even though it's hard. But yeah, sweet luck. Bay leaves for success. I also wrote what I wanted in those bay leaves. And what I wrote was in a certain dollar amount a week, no matter whether I'm employed or unemployed. I literally said that. I said, I don't care if I'm receiving it through unemployment or through an actual job. I just want this amount every week. And it's pretty fucking interesting how well that's worked. I did the spell when I was still receiving benefits. So I was just like, well, girl, I want to receive benefits for as long as possible. I don't care. You know, I'm not going to lie or do anything weird or cheat. But as long as the government was like, all right, you can stay on benefits, I'm going to stay on benefits, okay? So I wanted that to prolong as long as possible. But then it ended, and that made me feel like I wasn't going to make any more money. The spell ended. It only did so much. You can only do so much when it's up to the government to decide what you get, you know? So I was okay. I was like, no, I got the money I needed. It's going to help me finance it and look for a better job. So what I ended up doing... I don't want to tell you the whole story, but I've bounced around a lot. And even with the bouncing, whether unemployed, employed, I've still been able to pay my bills in the right way without too much worry. Do I feel like I need to do this again soon? Yeah, I do. But it's worked, bitch. It's worked for months. For months, I've been able to. I feel like there's been moments where I'm like, oh my God, it's the spell that I did. It's not me, it's them. I ain't done shit. But the universe keeps blessing me. So I blame it on the spell. Anyways, bay leaves. Write down what you want. I wrote down a dollar amount and I said, I don't care, employed, unemployed, give me that money. And there's weeks where I don't get that exact money. I don't. But then a few weeks later, I fucking make triple that. You know? So it works in my opinion. Even now, I don't have a job. But I also don't have a babysitter no more. I lost my job the same time I lost my babysitter. My job told me that they're going to continue to pay me until they resolve the problem. So I don't have a job, but I have money. Most importantly, I lost my babysitter around that time, and I thought I was gonna have to quit my job. Instead of having to say, you know what, I don't know who's gonna watch my kids, I don't know how I'm gonna come to work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. They said, you know what, there's a problem with your background check, and we can't let you work here until that goes through. And I was like, all right, well then fuck. How long is that gonna last? It could be days, it could be weeks. Hold that thought, keep it at weeks. But you get the deal. Like, I never thought that, like, my background check, homie, I thought I was fine. I realized I forgot about a other situation, but still. I never thought that I'd be sitting at home employed while receiving money until further notice. Is that the situation you want to be in? Not necessarily, but at the same time, I don't have a babysitter. So I was losing the job I was going to not work. I was going to stay here regardless. But instead, I'm able to stay here and look at my options, look at what else I can do to better my life and still get paid, at least for the moment. So in my opinion, it's worked. And there's other examples before that. This current job loss is still seen as a blessing, and I'm contributing it to my fucking job still. If it ain't the job for me, it ain't the job for me. I'm still able to get paid. I was still able to do what I needed to kind of keep going, keep the ball going. And I don't know, dude. I'm just living for the spell. That's why I decided to share it. But I'm running time. I'm talking. I'm not even there yet. We're not even done yet. Final part. Peppermint. Peppermint oil, essential oil, for instead of basil. I think it was like basil oil. Oh no, I did it wrong. Okay, rewind. I use peppermint oil for sure, but I use actual peppermint instead of basil. I guess I didn't have basil. I don't know, or I didn't want to use basil. I thought of peppermint as a stronger herb to basil. I love basil, but I see basil as an exorcist plant. I see it as a blessing plant, as a cleansing plant. It's very powerful, but I like to use it more on a pure sense, purity, instead of money, instead of for prosperity. So to me, what my prosperity plant is peppermint. Or, yeah, mint. And I use peppermint oil. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, and I also threw in a few coins. There's that. And now we're going to keep going. And then I'm going to tell you what the actual process was. So I told you the ingredients. I'll describe everything down below, all right? If you can't keep up, if I talk too much, if you lose track of what I'm saying, if you got what I'm talking about, what ingredients I use, it's all in the description, so I can just ramble because I just talk too much. Story of my life. All right. Are you ready for the spell? It says, universe, bring wealth to me. Bring wealth to my family. Consistent income come to life. With money magnets in my pocket, I leave my problems behind. We are rich, we are abundant, we are fat with delight. My bank account wondrous and a job that provides. There you go. I made it too, bitch. I'm good at this. I'm not. I can't rhyme for shit. But it works, and you repeat it over and over again. So let me read it one more time. Universe, bring wealth to me. Bring wealth to my family. Consistent income come to life. With money magnets in my pocket, I leave my problems behind. We are rich, we are abundant, we are fat with delight. My bank account wondrous and my job that provides. I'm awesome. Now here's the steps. Carve a candle. Carve in my candle. So I had a green candle. Green for prosperity. Girl, if you feel, girl, boy, whatever, I don't give a fuck. If you feel like green is just not your prosperity color, I guess you can use another color, whatever connects with you. Personally, green will always be that color for me. So I carve in my candle any job that provides great financial stability. That's what I put on my candle, from what I remember. And it's green, and I carved it with my kyanite wand, which we talked about in the other video. And instead of resume, I defined a great job. So when I did my spell, I put my candle here, and then I fold my resume here. That's what the instructions said, the ones that I looked up. But instead of a resume, I put in, I described what a great job would be. Or what really what I want out of the situation, which was to just make money and to be able to pay my bills whether I have a job or not. So there's that. But in my thing, in my candle, I carved stability, consistent income, stuff like that. And then my next step, or not my next step, but what I have written down next is use personal spell 7 times. I chose 7 times as a good number. 7 times. Do 3 through 10. Do unlimited amount if you want, until you're done. Bring out money jar. Try to see if the candles I get will pull rocks. Okay. Sorry, I'm not really reading things well. Sorry. You do the jar, right? You put in the ingredients. You announce what each ingredient is supposed to be. You seal it. And then you get your candle. You carve what you want out of it. The job description, or whatever you want out of it financially. And plus your resume. What you're going to do, is you're going to get your jar. And at least this is what I did. I got my jar. After I put all my ingredients in here, I let it sit for a few days. It called to me again. I took a few ingredients out, put a few ingredients in, sealed it back up. And here's the next process of my spell. I grab my candle, and I do my thing, and I say it 7 times. And every time I'm just dripping it all over. And I try to cover my candle, my jar as much as I can. When that's done, like let's say I'm completely covered and I still have a good amount of candle left, I put it back on here. And I put it back where the resume is, like on top of the resume. And just let it burn for the rest of the night. Let it all kind of just sit there, let it all burn out. By the next day or the next few days, whenever it calls to you, because I did it as like instinctual. All of this is very instinctual. What I put in my jar, I look up the information, the inspiration really, but I do my own thing. So it's very intuitional. Grab my thing, do that. Like one day I put the jar, created the jar. The next day I'm like, the candle, I want to do the candle part. And then the next day after that I'm like, I want to bury it. And I think this is all part of like a natural process. I think it's what made it powerful for me is that I'm listening to my instincts. And yes, I looked up the information, but I'm also choosing to do my own alternative options. Instead of basil, I did peppermint. Instead of ginger, I did job tears. Instead of just praying, using a candle and doing it one way, I combined the jar and the candle. Very instinctual, but I love this. It's worked for me well. Like I fucking vouch for this spell for me, myself, and I personally. It's done a good job. My rent's pretty high, and I've been able to keep up with it without even a job for the most part. So it helps. But you have to believe in it. You got to put in the effort. And most importantly, you got to put in the effort to make the money. You want money? Put in the effort. You want a job? Put in the fucking effort. This is to help you. This is so luck could be on your side. So you get the right job. So you get the right opportunity. And even when things fail after the spell, it's all part of the process. You're not meant to have that job. You're not meant to have that sitter. If you lose things, it's just not meant to be, and you shouldn't be stuck on it. You got to remind yourself, I did something to help myself. So if it's not working for me, don't force it. We're going to look into the other options. We're going to see what else is out there. And that's how magic is going to work. It's going to always work. But you got to learn how to read it. You got to learn how to identify it and how to go with it. So hopefully it's helped you out. I thought this was going to be a 5-minute video, but bitch, we made it 20 minutes. So I guess I'll see you later. I don't know how to say bye. Bye.